I asked my boyfriend how I could jazz up my presentation, and he put that sound effect in there for me. My name's Kristina Gerig, and I'm a footwear designer. And I'm a footwear designer for Nike. Given that it's Holocene, and the only time I've ever been here was for an evening of dancing called Booty Basement, I thought I'd keep it pretty informal. There are going to be images on the screen. I may or may not be talking about them. I've learned that no matter what degree I'm getting in life or what my business card says, that it's been pretty important for me to maintain my own personal practice throughout a professional career. And this is important because it keeps my creative voice strong and clear, and this is valuable to me, and it's also valuable to my employer. I'm guessing every creative in this room probably has a special story about, the time when they were young and they started making dresses for their Alvin and the Chipmunks dolls, to the time that their grandmother taught them to crochet, to welding class and wood shop, laser cutting, CNC milling, weaving, knitting. And that's my story. And in that, I found the making process and creating extremely empowering. Creatives have that power to turn the imaginary into reality, and you should really feel empowered by that. It's a way to alter your world. This project was done with the designer Max Lamb, and the brief was that we could choose 2 materials from the hardware store and only 2 materials, and we had to create a dialogue in there. For me, I chose wood and polyurethane insulation foam, and used the insulation foam as a way to bond the wood together, as well as create cushioning, or using the foam in a way that we would more naturally understand the use of foam. So when I set out to make personal work, or when I'm handed a brief at work, I see 3 levers that I can really pull in the creative process that will have the most influence over the story and ultimately the design. These 3 levers are in no particular order: material, color, and form. It's been a lifetime of exploring the dialogue between these 3. Sometimes one takes dominance, sometimes you emphasize 2, sometimes the dialogue is harmonious and the outcome is a really beautiful, pure object, and sometimes the dialogue is that of contradiction and the outcome might be political satire, or a whimsical design, or a satirical design. So the piece you see on screen is made of ceramic, acrylic, and a polymer clay. I was choosing materials and colors in this case that were contradicting each other, that would bring each beautiful inherent quality of each material to life. These pieces have been shown at the International Contemporary Furniture Fair in New York, the Rhode Island School of Design, the Pretty Gallery in Los Angeles, and this weekend, the Society of Arts and Crafts in Boston. So up until about a month ago at Nike, I was called a material designer. And I did that for 3 years. So the professional work that I'll show you is from my experience as a material designer. So the yellow circle. As a material designer, it's our objective to tell the story of the shoe through the material lens. And a footwear material designer interacts really organically and hand in hand with both the form giver, the footwear designer, and the color designer. It really takes a team of designers to create any one shoe. And it's a material designer's job to understand each textile and synthetic deeply. It's to understand the parameters and innovate in that area, whether it's knit, woven, synthetic, leather, performance, fashion, innovation, the technique, the technology, and so on. That's our area. Sometimes it's a new way to use a material. Sometimes it's a better way to use a material. Sometimes you want it to be for a specific event or a specific athlete. Sometimes it's to be super light, durable, waterproof, for a certain demographic. Whatever it is, it's our job to obsess the material of the shoe. This project on the screen, so the dotted material around the eyelets is a technique the material team developed with one of our vendors, where we found a way to reclaim and reuse waste material that Nike had been previously trashing, and we can use up to 60% recycled content in that. When you're a material designer, you get to work with the color designer, which is a lot of fun, and when you start layering materials and considering what that does to a color, you no longer just have one bold color, you might have a combination of colors. You start to play with that and work with that. This shoe was really about a transformation from day to night. So the bottom shoe you see is what it looks like during the day, and at night when the light hits it, and it'll reflect in that reflective cheetah print. So thank you for listening to me ramble on this evening. And on this final slide, there are 3 things I'd like to leave you with that I go back to every day. Unsolicited advice. Be resolutely and faithfully what you are. Know where and how you find inspiration. And don't take yourself too seriously, but know when to take yourself seriously. Thank you.